This is another one of those videos where I struggle to hit the record button because I don't know what to say. Normally, when I start a stream or whatever, I've got some type of energy. I've got something I kind of want to talk about. I mean, and this one isn't any different. I definitely still have things that I would love to talk about. I do have one thing in particular that I want to talk about, but it's hard to find those words. Find the words that need to be said that should be said. Um, because everybody who's smarter than me, more articulate than I am, who is seemingly more intelligent, not even seemingly, who definitely is more intelligent than me, who's dealt with more than me, has already spoken over the past years, decades, centuries, and it still seems like they're not being heard, which is weird because you would figure for something as simple as equal rights for everybody would be something that should just be easy to do. Just treat somebody else like you'd want to be treated. It's a it shouldn't be a novel concept, but it is. It is really weird that even now in 2020 we still can't get that as black people. It's really fucking weird. But there's been a few things that have kind of been bothering me. Of course, if you've followed me on Twitter, you've seen some of those thoughts amongst all the retweets and all the robotic tweets that I put out through the website or whatever. One of which, as you can see, I'm wearing my dad mode hat. I love this hat dearly. Have a beautiful 3-year-old son. He is on the autism spectrum, and one of the things that I talked about was being a father of a child of autism, being a black father of a black child with autism. And how do you begin to explain this? Now, it's not to say that I don't want my son to get better. I definitely feel like eventually, he will get better. He'll be able to understand things. But being someone who is suffering with autism, who is living through autism, I know I'm not thinking the right words again. It's 2 a.m., barely getting enough sleep because I'm busy working and also trying to stay connected with people. For him to grow up and may not fully understand what's going on, end up getting in trouble, not knowing how to respond, and things turning up poorly for him because he doesn't get those social norms like the rest of us do. Where I see that parents are having these talks with their children, they're having to have it constantly every day, apparently, to where, sure, my son is 3, he's not going to get it now, even if he was typical. But if this were to happen again when he's older, where parents are starting to talk to their kids at older ages, like I can't have that. There may be a chance that I may not even have that conversation. That during all of this, or just even during his lifetime, we can't let him out because of the fact that he may do something that he has no control over in the wrong place at the wrong time and could pay dearly for that. And there's nothing we can do to prepare him for that. So that as a father, as a black father, if a black father of a black autistic kid, like that scares me. Then I see we've got celebrities out. We've got all these people who are so disturbed by what they're seeing all over the country. Say, no, don't destroy them. And okay, I get it. We don't want to tear things up. That's fine. But to sit there and be condescending to people who are showing their just rage of an unjust system, to tell people, Hey, let's beat them at the polls. I'm a person who, like, I'm very good. I'm a system administrator. I work on computers a lot. And if I say, hey, I'm having this issue, and then somebody comes and tells me, hey, have you turned the computer on and off again? Well, that's a joke for us. That shit gets very fucking annoying when you're talking to somebody knows what the fuck they're doing and what the fuck they're talking about. So for somebody to come up and say, hey, beat them at the polls. Motherfucker, don't you think we would have done that? Don't you think we've already done that? Did you see how well that worked? Like, I live in a southern state where they fucking change the lines every time they sneeze or just feel something in the wind. Me voting kind of doesn't do much of anything unless they change voting laws to get people to fucking stop doing that. And then two, there are people who, I had a conversation with somebody today, talking about we should get together. It shouldn't be us and them. It should be we. I said, well, let me stop you right there, partner. Let me tell you something. We as in us, have been trying to get a seat at that table for quite some time. And every time we get close, they keep pulling back the table. They keep pulling it back. So no, not yet. How can we have that conversation when we're not even invited to the table? Working for certain organizations to where things are being said behind closed doors that apparently are supposed to be inclusive, supposed to encourage diversity, but they're not telling us anything. All the while we have people in these communities running rampant, just being vile, disgusting, using racist terms for things and getting slaps on the wrist. And they're still able to run rampant. But then again, you'll turn on the news, you turn on Twitter, and you see, hey, there are people who are in charge who have all the guns and all the weapons, and they're still doing it too. And it's like, oh no, cops shouldn't do that. People in authority should not do that. We don't do that. Instead of actually taking the actions needed to correct the problem. And then even for the same organizations, kind of moving to my next point, not hearing anything from them. Now, whether or not this is true, there was somebody who, I believe it was San Jose, saying, shoot the protesters, and people found out that where she worked. And apparently people that, fund her place of employment, not heard anything from other organizations. And it's crazy. And it's sad, like, there are companies I wouldn't say that I stand, organizations I wouldn't say that I stand, but to not hear anything, it's like silence is deafening, and it shows where you stand. If you say nothing, you are in line with the oppressors, because the fact that, I don't see anything. Everything's good. Everything's all great. We like when you do this thing for us, but hey, I need you to do something for me. I need you to sit there and stand up for my rights as a human being in this country. You can't even do that. Okay, that's great. It sucks. It sucks that you can't do that. You can't put out those words. You can't put out just some words that say, hey, you're thinking about, you're caring. It shouldn't be up to Black people to solve this problem that we did not create. It's not up to us. Stop looking for us. Stop looking at us for the answers. We told you for a while now. There have been articles written, movies made, probably even fucking theses and dissertations and fucking people winning Nobel Prizes for shit. Oh, wait, I think there actually was somebody who won a Nobel Peace Prize for trying to get civil rights in his country. It's crazy. And then white folk just quote him all the time, but don't actually follow his words. They trying to use his words to suppress how we feel in this moment. It's crazy. Like, I don't speak for all black people, but I know for me personally, because I've had to do, like, there are things that I'm starting to have to deal with now, which is crazy. But I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. I'm exhausted. And not just because it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm tired because of the fact that it's like we're having to repeat ourselves over and over again. And y'all keep asking, what can we do to help? How can we fix this? How about y'all go out there and fix this? We're tired. We want some rest. We just want to fucking live. Not to survive. We want to live. Think about that for a second. I don't want to have to go out and go visit my new house that I'm building and have to be afraid to go anywhere near it because I'm afraid somebody's going to fucking hunt me down. I don't want to have to go work in the midst of a pandemic where already I'm at risk because of the fact that I'm a diabetic, I have hypertension, and I'm suffering from panic attacks, which I had to fucking diagnose myself after going to see doctors for years to figure out why the hell I was having chest pains. And so I have to go out, and again, amidst of this pandemic where it's probably going to try to kill me harder than anybody else, put on my mask, and all of a sudden I look like I'm about to rob the place. And that's definitely not going to be a good look now. With all the stuff happening. It's definitely not going to be a good look if I put my mask on now. And I say that too, knowing good and well that I don't even know what my employers are going to say about all this. Like how they, like, I wonder what all of my brothers and sisters who work at my place of employment are going to feel about this. Like, are y'all going to really want to go out? Because personally, I don't want to. I did not want to for a virus, and I sure as shit don't want to go out for a virus and what seems to be an uprising. I'm tired. I ain't trying to go out there. I don't want to be another statistic. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm tired. I'm pretty sure a lot of my brothers and sisters are tired. They've been saying as much. I'm going to say it too. I'm fucking tired. We're tired. So time for y'all to figure this shit out. Let me know when y'all do. Please.